Welcome. We are Ashes Among Us. Hope everyone is having a great Thursday so far. Uh, I know I am. How about you guys?
It's a pretty good day.
Yeah? It's cold as hell outside.
It's so cold, but it's been a good day.
We're
great.
inside smoking, so it's good.
Yeah, this is my actually my first cigar since Tuesday, so happy to be hanging out in great company and enjoying a great cigar.
One thing we haven't figured out well yet is our audio for streaming. So if you are watching the stream, we'll post this weekend to YouTube in an edited fashion that has slightly better audio. So bear with us on the streaming front. We got a lot of noise in this room.
Yeah, and one thing that we want to do too is, since we're still kind of, we're still very fresh, obviously, is we want to get a live stream up for you folks, is if we could, obviously. Just so you have opportunities to watch it live, then you have an opportunity. If you want to go back, you can follow our YouTube page. And that way, all of our episodes will be posted on our YouTube page for later.
What's the
streaming.
YouTube?
The YouTube is obviously Ashes Among Us. Just search through on your YouTube search bar, and that'll bring it right up. If you like what you see, obviously be sure to please hit subscribe. That way you'll get notifications for future episodes.
And I'm getting errors that our bandwidth is poor, so we'll have to remedy that.
Yeah, we're
Get a better Wi-Fi connection in here.
we're still working out the kinks, obviously, but hopefully pretty soon, the more episodes we start filming, we'll have a better, more consistent, more streamlined way of getting out to you guys. But if you are watching, we do appreciate it. So Neil,
Yeah.
tell us what we're smoking today.
I do not know this cigar very well, but we're smoking MiCallef Experiencia.
Experiencia.
Yeah, so this is
Experiencia.
Me habla
I like how you say that.
shitty.
Experiencia?
that's had a nice roll.
Este puro es una experiencia.
Wow, look at that guy! I didn't know he could speak different
Danny,
you didn't?
languages. No.
Oh,
Danny habla español muy bonito.
Okay, I'm definitely not on your guys' level. I definitely can't speak another language.
Tell us about the cigar. This is Jimbo's choice.
So I wanted to do something for MiCallef because MiCallef, me working with Behalf Cigars, MiCallef has been very good to us with everyone here at the shop, or at the shop, I should say. And I've deeply enjoyed everything I had from them. This is the Herencia Tora, otherwise known as Villa Crema. It's got a San Andreas Sumatra wrapper, which is where you're getting a lot of those really light woodsy tones.
Yep.
It's actually really different because you don't get hardly any at all that I'm aware of the San Andreas Sumatra wrappers. It's always a San Andreas Mexican Maduro wrap.
Yeah.
And these are Nicaraguan, right?
Yes.
Okay, just to be clear. That was a good guess.
Was actually in
But I
there,
was pretty sure.
but there's actually a lot of people don't realize there's actually 4 different tobaccos from 4 different regions in
And
this cigar.
Mexico on the wrapper.
Yeah, so you are getting a lot of Nicaraguan tobacco, which is really prominent, I think, especially, in your first few draws, you get that really kind of notice, like light pepper and light spicy that you get from a lot of your Nicaraguan soul.
Sure.
I got like a woody tangy. It's almost like a citrusy tangy.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of tart tanginess. Kind of like you get like
It's very bright.
like you
Yes.
when you have like a cab and it has that like sharp tightness to it.
Right.
It's not like the dryness,
But it's
just like that tangy brightness.
It's very
Yeah.
prominent off the, as soon as you're stapling your port, it's very prominent off that first bit. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm impressed so far. It's solid. It's a great wrapper.
Yeah. So I actually didn't know a whole lot about MiCallef until a recent year, maybe in the last year and a half.
Thanks, man.
Before I had moved up here, I had a buddy of mine back home introduced me to MiCallef, and he had me try the MiCallef Bold Ligero, which, I mean, I've been smoking cigars for a long time, but Ligero is the one thing that maybe I'm just not used to, which still would baffle my mind, but it kind of kicked my tail. It was a really good dark, really, super intense and complex. But Ligero is just known for that overall intensity. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, sorry, I want to come back to this after I've had a good 5 minutes on it. You know what I mean?
So
it's still, I'm still figuring it out, the flavor of it.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I really started liking about MiCallef the more I smoked him. And we introduced MiCallef into the humidor and beehive, I would say probably summer of 2020. Actually, you know what? It's I'm sorry, 2021. It was right after the Vegas trade show. We decided to bring them in. And I really wanted to give them a try, or dive more deep into them because I had been recommended to give them a try. And I've been nothing but highly impressed with the quality of their cigars so far. And I don't know if you guys remember, Beehive did an event for them last October. We actually had Andy, the National VP of Sales from MiCallef.
Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got to.
I went to that.
Okay,
yeah.
But that was such a fun event, and I feel like MiCallef did very well for Beehive, and I've been excited to have them in. And
Sweet.
I've really enjoyed just about everything I've smoked for them.
You guys seen Batman? Just kidding. We were just talking.
We're having a good talk about action.
We were talking about that a minute ago.
Oh yeah.
You haven't seen the new
No,
Batman?
I want to so bad.
I have mixed feelings on that.
I have some friends who said it was great, and I've got others who said it was lousy. And we were like, okay, best superhero movie.
Best superhero movie?
Yeah,
That's such a loaded question.
Fine, I'll come back.
But hold on. But hold on. In my defense, like I'm a Marvel fanatic. Okay, like my love for Marvel deep roots back to my childhood. So far that when I was maybe, I don't know how young I was, my grandmother gave me a 1964 first run of the Spider-Man comics ever. And I still have that to this day.
Cool.
In pristine condition.
Have you seen the new Spider-Man?
Yes. That new Spider-Man is phenomenal.
That was great.
That was a great movie.
It's quite good. I was impressed.
Yeah, I love how everything tied together.
You made me cry twice.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't say that publicly, but yes.
It did.
A movie that actually makes you feel something.
Oh, dude, it was moving.
Okay, so
moving.
going back to what you said, I literally cannot pick my favorite superhero movie because I love the entire Marvel series. If I had to pick one,
you only get one.
I only get one.
Pick one.
Infinity War.
Okay, Marvel guy.
Yeah, fuck Marvel.
Oh, jeez.
What?
It's okay. No, hang on. That was fighting words.
Dark Knight, man, you can't touch it.
Dark Knight.
Okay.
Dark
No, okay. I completely agree.
Actually, I like X-Men movies.
But
Days of Future Past.
I will say this. I feel like DC really started falling apart after they quit making.
Oh, 100% agree. Like, after I like DC characters. I grew up DC was always Batman was always. But they made so many bad movies. So
they redeemed themselves with Wonder Woman.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, that was a fantastic movie.
And I was like, oh yeah, dude, DC's coming back. Then 1984 came out. I'm like, never.
I haven't seen 1984.
Don't waste your time.
See, but even worse. Can we all agree that the worst movies were Suicide Squads?
Oh,
both of them.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I watched it for free on HBO, so. If I paid a movie ticket, yeah.
I feel you.
No, for me, it's Dark Knight and Batman Begins. Dark Knight Rises was still pretty good, but not my favorite. But I feel like Christopher Nolan shut down Batman for 50 years.
He did.
So that's why I'm like,
He did.
they've tried rebooting Batman so many times. Just
I
let
know.
it be. I know there's
Right.
money to make.
And the
Right.
Joker movie was
Oh, that was good.
That was a
another
great movie.
interesting one.
That's the other one. I was
But
thinking
you
of
know
we were talking
what?
earlier.
Joaquin.
That's the other one that felt like a real character, a real human,
Yeah.
and how they could turn it into something.
Well, I was saying that like my favorite. I don't know if they're my favorite. I have a hard time picking one, but I really like the M. Night Shyamalan trilogy between Unbreakable. You've not seen any of
Oh
these.
no, I know what you're
I
talking
can
about.
see it from the look on your face.
No, I'm trying to remember the names. That's why I'm about
Unbreakable, and then I just was Split, and then Glass.
Yeah, those were fantastic.
I've always seen Unbreakable, and I keep meaning to go watch them because I've heard nothing but good things. And I have mixed feelings about M. Night Shyamalan because he's made some of my favorite movies. Like
It's some of the
Sixth
worst
Sense and
movies
Unbreakable
ever.
were amazing.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
agree.
And Woman in the Lake or Water, whatever it was,
Yeah.
was absurd.
I
And then he
haven't
took
seen
a royal shit on
It was
Airbender.
terrible. Oh, an Airbender.
that.
Like,
Was the
That's my favorite
Barf.
show of all time.
that movie should have never even been made.
movie was
100%
horrible.
agree. 100% agree.
It was a terrible.
But I did want to watch that, and I don't know. I want to watch the new Batman. I think Robert Pattinson has a lot of potential as an actor, and I like to see him in a heavy role like this to
Yeah.
really like show his chops.
Right.
And I heard it's 3 hours long, which I'm a huge fan of. I hate when they just edit movies down to make them so concise. It's like let the characters breathe, let them develop, let the
that's-
story happen.
And I felt that same way about the very first Iron Man movie. Like, I love Robert Downey Jr. I've always been a huge fan of his.
That's my favorite Marvel. It's the
Iron Man.
series.
So, like,
I like
the
Iron Man
very first Iron movie, like,
Yeah.
that was a great movie. The storyline was perfect, but it was chopped down. It was way too short. And I get that Marvel had to
But
start somewhere.
that was the angle Marvel was taking.
It
like,
was.
nice stripped down, easy to digest, and broad audience appeal.
Right.
Wasn't too off on any.
Right.
Where like Dark Knight it was a heavy, long movie.
Right.
And
Right.
it definitely
Very
had a dark tone, and it had a specific feel that
Right.
couldn't maybe appeal to you're not going to take a 10-year-old to enjoy it. Where Iron Man, everyone can enjoy it. That's what it is. Try to have that broad appeal.
I agree. Sorry for injecting that. I just
No, you're
Maybe
good.
one.
I like we're all
none of us have seen the new Batman.
we're all about diversity here, obviously. So let's go back to MiCallef. So where are you at now, Danny?
I'm comfortable and very
Like
happy.
a good, comfortable.
Oh yeah, this is a great cigar.
It's what I can really appreciate this, and y'all
You like it?
let me know if y'all agree too.
I'll say this, so when they had the event, I tried MiCallef, and I don't know which ones I got, but they did not leave an impression. I don't even remember what they were. I was not impressed.
It happens.
I wrote off the brand.
It happens.
And so this is my first time trying it back, and this is definitely a little more distinctive. It was a little dry at the beginning. Now it's tuned out to this really smooth woodiness. That's pretty good.
Well, see, and that's one thing that I can really I really appreciate about this one. This has become a regular staple for me in my weekly lineup, I should say, my daily lineup even, because I like 9 out of 10 cigars I smoke from Maduros, right?
Yeah, me too.
And
You
I
too,
love-
right? Yeah, we're all
I'm not
Maduros.
50-50.
Right.
I've gone into Connecticut.
I love my
I have
Connecticut.
not.
So, and I've always been a big fan of the dark San Andreas Mexican wrappers.
So, yeah.
I mean, toothy.
But then Sumatra's has always been Sumatra always.
Right, right.
So this is kind of interesting seeing
So that's
Sumatra
what- yeah.
grown in that region.
And that's what I really appreciate about this one, because with the, it's not typical that you have a San Andreas wrapper where you get these kind of lighter, more natural tones. It's almost like I'm getting like some warmer, sweeter tones.
I'll say this. I'm drinking a beer here. This is not a cigar I want to drink. I want to smoke with beer. I don't know why that is.
Go good with this.
I just switched to some water, and I'm
beer.
enjoying it more. Or root beer.
Yeah, definitely root beer.
I forgot my root beer today, and
it needs something sweet though, or like I want to drink a lemonade or something with a cigar.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. It really has kind of like that dry mouthfeel, similar to like a really strong Cabernet wine.
I agree. It does have a bit of that.
It kind of, and it has.
That's very good. That's a very good analogy to the mouthfeel.
But it's not like
the tannins of wine. You know,
like kind of like the tannins.
I
don't know if it'd go good with wine or it'd be too much of that if you.
I don't know either.
So I'm getting like, this is where I'm sitting at right now, and I feel like I'm getting like some nice like fruity notes, almost like a sweet like a sweet fruit.
Yeah, I'm still getting sweet.
I love it when, for me, like a big thing that I like with a lot of cigars, I like when you can get a lot of like natural, warmer, sweeter tones, which I think is the reason why I love Candelas so. Well, not just Candelas, but risotto wrappers. I love anything with the Habano risotto wrap because I'm getting a lot of those really nice, really gorgeous, really pretty, like warm, sweeter tones, like almost like an herbal green tea in a lot of them. I don't know if y'all agree.
I like the woodiness. Now, I don't know if I'm in love with this cigar yet, but I do find it to be very distinctive.
Mm-hmm.
It is distinctive.
And it is kind of gotten to that point. If you guys have that, like the more you smoke, after a while, like half of them all just kind of taste the same. It's like it's a cigar, you know?
Right.
But like, it's nice when you can like get a new feeling, or like I miss that like when you first start smoking. Every cigar is a new flavor.
Right. Exactly.
It's a new mouthfeel. It's like it's the whole journey. And then once you kind of smoke almost everything they have, you're like, oh. Okay.
But I actually smoked. Excuse me. I actually smoked the Churchill version of this.
Oh, that's interesting. Go on, sorry.
No, you're good. I smoked the Churchill version of this before the kickoff of the event, or MiCallef event last year, and I was really surprised with how many different flavor tones I was able to pick up on even just another inch, between the ratio of the binder and the filler and everything that goes in it.
Yes.
I really enjoy the Churchill a lot.
There's another thing just occurred to me, is that some cigars need to be smoked at a different speed. I'm a fast smoker.
Yeah.
I don't tend to put my cigar down and go back to it a few minutes later.
Right.
I feel like this cigar wants me to do that.
It wants you to kind of like slow
It doesn't want me to puff a lot.
Yeah.
It wants me to kind of take a puff every minute or so.
The flavors, I find cigars that are a little bit, I'd say mild in flavor, but kind of like airy in flavor.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Those are the ones I want to smoke fast, but this one has a very strong note that I think like letting it sit for a while would help.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like it won't lose.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it.
Yeah.
So, I know we've kind of talked about this before, like in our first episode. So, typically, okay, when you're smoking a cigar, like, what are you doing to enjoy, to pair with that cigar outside of your drink of choice? Like, are you listening to music? Are you reading? Are you, if you're not in conversation, like, are you just kind of just sitting there on your own terms?
I try not to do anything while I'm smoking.
Okay.
I can't sit out on my porch and
You can
listen
or
to
can't.
music. I don't do that really. I just kind of try to zone out,
Okay.
when I'm smoking. But
It depends for me. If it's a cigar I've smoked a lot of times, like actually last night I smoked a cigar I hadn't had before, and I watched How
What
Much Your
was
Mother. Okay,
you watched what?
How I Met Your Mother.
That's
You
a
watched
great
How I
show.
Met Your Mother.
What do you think I would? It was
Jumanji? I don't know.
It was a new cigar and show that but I was paying more attention to the cigar, and the show was coming back, and it was just like the 10th time I've watched
Just to have the noise on.
Yeah, it was just, mom day.
Gotcha.
Focusing on.
You know,
But And what was the cigar I had? It's a Tatuaje,
Nice.
but it's like the little Perfecto with the black label. Actually, I have it right here because I bought more. I stopped by Beehive.
Pull it out. Pull it out.
Oh, wait. You're talking about the Britannica series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is. Oh my god, dude! You guys don't know.
Hold on.
Where's the camera?
There, you got it.
That's a great cigar.
Yeah.
That's a really good cigar.
And it's. I don't know if you can tell in the cell phone. If you can take it out.
Yeah, whip it out, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're still talking about the cigar.
I'm just gonna keep making.
I got a story to tell about the
this.
cigar. So you can see it's like a Perfecto kind of. You know, it has like a little tape foot. Great size. Beautiful cigar.
That's what she said.
It's funny. So I have this friend from the gym, and I found out he smokes cigars.
Look how mad.
Yeah. No, that was a different friend from the gym.
Oh, okay.
And there's another guy, but he ended up moving away. But I got him really into cigars, and yeah, he loves strong shit. But he's me and him at gym. That one was always preaching the cigar gospel everywhere I go. Okay.
I like it.
But I'm like, oh yeah, what do you like? And you know, it's typical. He's a little more fluent. And he's like, yeah, I like my Cohibas, my Monte Cristos, and just rattles off all the
Wow.
Cubans. And I'm like, oh, you're a Cuban guy. Okay. But, nothing wrong with that, I guess.
No, I mean, like,
I hate Cubans.
But he's pretty cool dude, and he
The cigars.
he bought a bunch of Cubans, and he split the order with me, and
nice.
he's like, because he was like, these are my favorite Cubans, and there were a bunch that I hadn't tried
Right.
yet, a couple I had, and
Sounds like a good time.
yeah, and I was like, well, how much do I owe you? And he's like, well, you know Nicaraguan cigars. How about every time you go buy Nicaraguan cigars that you like, buy two and give you one? And so I'm introducing him to Nicaraguan cigars.
Nice.
And so that's why I had to come and pick more up. But I had to get another one for me at least.
Nice.
But I sent him a picture. I'm like, this is really good. You're going to love it.
I love the Britannicas. That's
And-
such a great cigar.
And like coming from Cubans, we're the mostly like the more mild medium.
Right.
He's like, give me some strong shit. He's like, give me that Tatuaje Anarchy. I love that. You know, like,
Right.
he wants all the strong Maduros now. So I'm like, all right, I got you. You know,
I love
some
it.
spice. So, anyways, what was I talking about? I was smoking that cigar last night watching TV. But usually I like just like old folk music or like jazz.
I can see that.
Just
Yeah,
chill.
so like for me, like, so
Now, if I had your smoking room, I might.
that might be a whole different
I
experience.
might respond differently to your question, and I might turn on my phonograph and put on some vinyl.
That's yeah.
Maybe
That's,
I might stay in my backyard. I'll just.
but I don't have that luxury.
that's
so.
one thing for me. Like, so like if I can actually set myself time to like come like get up early and like get my day going. If I can make myself motivated to get up and have time, like one of the things I like to do before my weekly shifts, I'll grab a smoke. 9 times out of 10, I'm grabbing a Connecticut, just because it's become
It's a good way to start the day.
yeah. So like I
Especially
get
with the coffee.
yeah, definitely. Like I'll grab a cup of coffee where it's homemade, where I can make it at home, or run by a local Starbucks or wherever. Like I like having like coffee or having my cigar and coffee, and like I'm like I'll throw on some music. A lot of times like it's some nice like Americana, like country, or like classic rock, like southern rock. My taste in music, is all over the place.
You said you were recording today. What genre was this song you worked on?
It's just I just kind of just threw something together, honestly. It's just I've been trying
No
to.
genre?
I don't even know really. Like no, far from that. Far from that.
Definitely
Come on,
not
Jimbo.
No, I've been.
Rap for us.
I can't and I won't. And there's a reason
I
for
would
that.
pay to watch
Should I drop a
Jimbo.
beat?
I would pay to
I'll
watch
drop
Jimbo
a beat
rap.
if you'll rap.
I can't. I'm not. That's not a good idea.
I'll buy you.
No, it's not. It's a terrible idea.
I'll buy you your 2 favorite cigars if you rap for us.
Maybe on another episode. I don't have the energy in me tonight.
He's like, I gotta have like 10 lattes first.
The only thing that might be funnier than you rapping would be me rapping,
That's a terrible idea.
and I have no intentions whatsoever of actually doing that.
Yeah, please don't.
So
But no, like I've been watching the old show Nashville. It's on Hulu, and it's a phenomenal show. It started in like 2012 and it went off in 2018. And so like my lady and I have been watching that show at night, and like we've fallen in love with it. It's such a tremendous
I
show.
haven't seen it, but I've heard you've been raving about it.
Yeah, it's so good, and like because we've been watching that show, like I've been getting my love for country music back, which I don't get. Like I love all types of music. Like I don't like the direction a lot of country music is going these days with that more pop, like
That's what every
commercial.
genre did. They all
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I love Chris Stapleton. I love Eric Church. And there's a really fine line because you got a lot of these other bands that are very much like rock, but they have that crossover into that country like Nashville twang.
Yeah.
Like you can hear like my favorite guitar ever is the Nashville Fender Telecaster. I love the sounds that those
Okay.
put out.
Nice.
It's a very distinctive sound. You just nothing else like it in my opinion.
Agreed.
So I've really been diving deep into a lot more of those kind of. It's like Americana mixed with like rock, mixed with like.
You gotta play some for us sometime.
I would love to. I've been.
Bring us your guest.
Yeah, like bring your guitar. You can play us
Bring your guitar. Yeah, bring it. Bring your best cigar smoking song.
My best cigar smoking song. I got two right now from the same band, and they're a couple guys. They've been around for a few years. Called the Brothers Osborne.
But I meant your best.
Oh, you want
your
my?
best cigar
Oh man!
smoking
Oh man!
We don't get hit for copyright.
Exactly.
Oh man! You're making me. Y'all are flattering me over here. I don't know if I like. I don't know if I really have like my best work because I love all the work I've done.
Cool.
I really do. I love all the work I've done. I've been very fortunate to have shared the stage and the spotlight with some really amazing musicians over the years.
Sweet.
And you know, I'm one of the guys like I've been a bass musician, a quote musician, for over 20 years now. And, like y'all gonna give me hell about this. I'm just waiting on it. Y'all know it's coming. I don't think I'm the best, most fully formed musician. I always feel like there's always something I'm learning because there's a lot to learn. Even in my time span of how long I've been playing, there's still a lot I feel like I have to learn or should be learning.
That's why I don't make music anymore, because I wasn't learning. Every time I sit down, the song would always end up being the same chord progression in G minor. Starting out sharp and ending G minor. Every time I'm like, why do my hands always play the same damn chord?
You just gotta learn to build off of that.
Yeah, I gotta learn to riff better. Anyways.
I record a lot, as different stuff, but
Right.
yeah, we're all musicians on some level. We should talk more music. So
Experts.
yeah, I wanted to be a professional musician, and I'm glad I didn't. Let me just say that.
That's actually kind of like how we somewhat became friends, just sitting around smoking cigars.
Talk about goofing.
Yep.
I found out about your musical history, and I'm a big fan of music.
Playing different playlists, Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that I was talking to a coworker, and I had a business meeting, but it had to be late in the day. He's like, man, it sucks you couldn't do it at lunch. Because I feel like you always get to know someone eating food.
Right.
I think that you can say the same, like you can get to know someone by playing music with them. Like listening to music or smoking cigars.
Right.
Like, if I could choose to have every business meeting have a cigar involved, I feel like I can get to know someone in that relaxed state.
Right.
I don't know who said it, but when they made it illegal to smoke cigars on Capitol Hill, they're like, how are we going to get Washington? It's the only way you get bipartisan people to work together is put a cigar between them.
Right. Right. No, I think cigars and music for me are when it comes to finding my two passions in life, music and cigars are I mean, that's my bread and butter. You know, like
Yeah.
so. I think cigars and music is kind of like this. Music and cigars is almost just as important as pairing your cigar with your favorite pour or something. I think the two almost go so well together. Like, I mean, like I have playlists on my phone that I have saved just for smoking.
Yeah, I have my driving loud bass music for my car, and I have my cigar smoking.
And it's, I mean, like honestly too, like it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
As you were talking about the cigars on Capitol Hill, I was thinking about cigars in public places in general, and it's been a long time since I watched Seinfeld. And you know, Kramer's always smoking a cigar.
I remember it. Yeah.
Right there in the apartment building, and there's just billowing smoke.
Yeah.
And it's nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
There was
He's just being himself.
There was no cries or fusses about them smoking on set.
No,
like all of the entire like crew and staff and everybody that was involved in that show highly recommended it.
I want to go off on that tangent, but before I forget, this cigar is definitely a bomb.
It is.
I'm coming to love.
See, we're almost the exact same spot.
You're
Even
gonna drop your ass in your lap if you're not careful.
Yeah, Neil and I are about the same.
Yeah.
You're going slower, see.
I'm definitely getting like more like coffee notes now, but there's still like that fruitiness.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's a little more earthy. It's like a light
Nutty.
light rose.
I'm getting nutty too. Like maybe it's just the wrapper, but there's.
And that's one thing that I really like about a cigar too.
Almost an almond
yeah,
kind of flavor.
yeah, like a nice.
Sorry,
no,
it's like
you're
an
good,
almond.
because that goes just what I was going to say. Like, you know, you have a good cigar when it's very three dimensional.
Yeah.
You can have a cigar that transitions to so many different
I
flavors.
like going on a journey.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's what this cigar does.
I will say that's why I like cigars when I'm pipe smoking, because you smoke a pipe, the whole bowl is going to taste the same. There's no evolution.
And it doesn't get better; it gets worse.
It gets worse.
That's the one thing I hate about pipes.
It gets harsher and your mouth hurts more.
And maybe I don't know how to smoke a pipe well. In fact, I know I don't know how to smoke a pipe well. But the first puff is the best one.
Yeah. And I don't know if I know you follow me on Facebook. I posted a picture the other day of my morning pipe. I've been past few days. I've been really in this.
What blend do you smoke?
So I have a very short list of some go-tos, but I think the reason, first of all, before I go back to what you're saying, like, I think the reason why I've been diving more into pipe smoking is because it's easy for me when I'm at the shop and it's on colder days. I can get some tobacco packet, and then very easily I can go outside and get 2 or 3 hits off of it, and I got tobacco, and I'm good.
Yeah.
But
interesting.
I go with phases, like when I want to smoke my coworkers smoke cigarettes. Yeah. I can load a small bowl, but I can't smoke a cigar quick.
I have a criticism of this though. There's something, and I want to try to articulate it. The smoke coming off is a little harsh.
I can see that.
It's not, and maybe it's because we're all three smoking it in a closed room.
That could be.
Maybe if one of us were smoking something else, I'd get a whiff of something else in the air. But there are some cigars where the smoke is very pleasurable. Like I want to just inhale the smoke sometimes, and then this is not one of those cigars.
I can see that.
That's a dumb criticism, I realize.
No, but that's.
I don't know.
It's an honest review.
How long have these been at BI? We got these all at BI Cigars.
These, like I said, we got pretty much their entire core lineup sometime in the last summer.
So they're resident. They're not like fresh off the tree.
Right.
They do, but it tastes fresh.
I do have like some cigars.
It tastes like it needs a little.
I won't smoke them unless they've been like for a year. They just.
Oh really?
They just taste so much better.
Right.
And then there's those cigars I won't smoke if they've been there for more than 6 months because they lose their flavor. Smoke those ones fresh.
But I will, circling back to the pipes. So like I said, I have a very short list of some of my favorite tobacco blends, like pipe tobacco blends. One that I really enjoy is actually one that we sell at MiCallef Cigars. It's called the Sweet Virginia Flake. It's very mild, but it's got some sweetness.
Never had that.
It's really good. It's a really good kind of start your day. I'm gonna pair it with my favorite cup of coffee. Kind of just early morning smoke. But then I like, and here's one thing too. I hardly, don't say hardly, but I don't have the palate for a lot of aromatics.
Yeah, I don't either.
They smell great.
They smell
really
great,
good,
but they hurt. They hurt my mouth.
There is one
They do.
exception I
Seriously.
make with aromatics. You probably know exactly what it is because you used to work at Beehive, and it's the C&D Nutty Irishman. You probably know what I'm
I
talking
vaguely
about.
remember that one.
That one is that. First of all, that aroma of that one is absolutely show-stopping, and I recommend it. I always recommend it to a lot of guys that are looking for something, something a little different. It has a very rich aroma, but it's not that aromatic that completely just slaps you in the jaw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can have aromatics that are just so overly sweet. But I really like this Nutty Irishman because it's nice, light vanilla notes, almost like a nice hazelnut.
What's it called again?
It's called the Nutty Irishman.
Nutty what?
Nutty Irishman.
Irishman. Nutty
I would
Irishman.
highly recommend trying it sometime.
Okay. I need to get a new pipe. I told you the story of my pipe getting stolen.
He did. That
Did I tell you that one?
made me sad.
That sucks.
He just got that pipe.
I just got it, and I had it in my backpack, and I went for a walk, and I was smoking a cigar somewhere downtown Salt Lake City, and stupidly I put my backpack down, and I just kind of walked away. I didn't walk far, but I walked around the corner, and I saw a guy come down, and I didn't register, but I turned around, and my bag was completely gone. And here's the shitty part: my passport was in my bag.
Oh my gosh.
And I flipped, and I had a business trip I was going on in a few days.
Oh shit.
And I went running madly around trying to find this guy because I recognized he had a red cap on, and I thought I would be able to recognize him, but I didn't find him, and I looked for hours, and I finally gave up. And I gave up, and I'm driving home, and there's a homeless guy pushing a cart across the crosswalk right in front of me. And my backpack is sitting right on top of his cart.
Different guy?
Different guy. He wasn't the one who took it. And I stopped traffic and I got out of my car and I said, sir, that's my bag and I'm really hoping my passport's still in it.
Did he just find it?
Yeah, he's like, it was just on the corner over there. Everything was gone from my bag except my passport.
Oh man.
You probably didn't know what to do with a passport.
No, but
what are you going to do with that?
and it was kind of in a hidden pocket too. But he took everything else. He took my
Jeez.
camera and my pipe.
The 7L.
But I never felt so lucky.
Yeah.
It was a nice pipe, but I've never felt so lucky.
Well, you're in luck too because we have the new Peterson's yearly St. Patty's Day pipes for $125.
Okay.
Do you have
Well,
any Nordings in?
We got tons of Nordens.
I love my Nording.
I'll come on in and
Come talk to
you
me.
can help me get a new
Yeah, come
pipe.
talk to me. I'd love to help.
I want to say before I forget. You know, talking about like coffee and Connecticut and start the day.
Yeah.
And I kind of follow that rule, like mild cigars in the morning, full
You
cigars.
gotta
after
refine your
dinner.
palate first.
But I can
Yes.
see this on a weekend, like if I'm not doing anything, I'm sitting around the house.
Yeah.
Having this with a
It's-
black coffee in the morning,
It's a
I think would
very
be amazing.
it's a very versatile
Or
smoke.
even having it like a latte.
I think
like
this
the
would
go
sweetness
awesome.
of the latte.
This would go. Oh,
Put like
That's it.
vanilla. Oh,
this needs
Oh, yeah.
this needs a latte.
I want to pick up another one of these.
You know what?
I want a creamy drink.
Yeah.
I can even
I'll set the.
It would totally.
I can even see this going with a nice tea. Like a nice like dirty
Sure.
chai or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, like a nice like dirty vanilla.
I got like a creamy thick. tea.
A
Yeah.
hot drink would be awesome.
Yeah,
with the
I
cigar.
agree.
I do this fucking nice latte.
But this, in fact, I might get another one of these and try a breakfast smoke with it,
What was
I'm
this?
glad you guys are liking
with
it.
some bacon and eggs.
What would you guys say this is for you? It's like a medium full.
I say it's like a mild to medium. It
I would
definitely
say
starts.
Mild.
Yeah, It definitely starts off
I'm
mild.
getting it, like,
I expected a fuller smoke.
maybe because it's giving me a mouthfeel, and most mild cigars don't get much.
But I mean, that has a lot to do with like everyone has such different palates too, and different refined tastes, you know. And
I only smoke dark, so of course this feels mild to me. So
Yeah, this is definitely not full body, but
right.
I would.
Well, even outside of this, so if you guys, I know you guys really.
This is stronger than the Connecticut I usually
Right.
smoke in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Well, next
Oh, yeah.
time you get a chance, try the MiCallef A's.
The Ace.
is that
The MiCallef A's.
Oh, the A's.
Yeah. So the MiCallef A's were actually made. They were named by.
Is it the size A? Like the.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's more like it looks like a Churchill almost. It's like a
big
it's like a
Churchill.
6. I want to say like a 6.5 by like 54, if I'm not mistaken.
So it's a fat Lancero.
Yeah, definitely no, definitely not. But I would, first of all, there's a couple of things to this. So the MiCallef A cigar was actually named by everyone that's involved in the MiCallef Ambassador Program, which I really want to take a minute to pinpoint this because it's really important to MiCallef, and I really appreciate this program. I'm actually a part of this. I wish I had I have a little MiCallef challenge coin that I keep with me. So the MiCallef Ambassador Program is a great program, and they are the only manufacturer that has this program set. So the MiCallef Ambassador Program is absolutely free. It's a really cool program. You can actually go online through MiCallef and you can register and sign up, and they will send you a metal challenge coin. It's actually really cool, and that coin will have its own individual number.
I'm gonna proclaim my ignorance. What's a challenge coin?
It's just a cool, like,
You know?
It's just
Oh,
a
thank
cool,
God.
Okay, so a challenge coin, it's just a cool little decorative, commemorative coin.
I see. Okay.
It's just really cool to carry. I like little swag like that. So this is a really cool program. Is what it does
Is this like the coin that some vendors put on their box
yeah,
on the front?
Yeah.
You buy a box.
yeah, and you get the cap. So this is really cool because what it allows you to do is it allows you. So the MiCallef Ambassador Program was built to just kind of give back to the cigar community. Okay, they have what's called these passport books, and they do them every year. So basically, you go through and you smoke every MiCallef cigar that's listed in the passport. Okay.
Oh,
You
okay.
can put your band, you can take the band on the page,
I
you
see.
can write notes with it and everything. Once you complete the passport book, you can mail it in, and what they're going to do, they're going to enter you in a monthly drawing. If your name is selected from that monthly drawing, they will call your
That's
shop
the
of choice. Listen to this. They will call your shop of choice, and they're going to give you a $250 gift card to go towards
Whoa, okay, now
cigars.
I'm interested. I would know what his value is.
Yeah, there definitely is.
I was like, coins.
We're like,
you
where's
know,
this going, man?
Memorabilia
And then
journal,
you
that's
should have
cool.
started with $250. Just
They do
I
give
wanted
back
to
to
gone
them.
from there.
Right,
No, I'm
right.
kidding.
No,
End it
it's,
with the bang.
it's a really cool program. They have a MiCallef Facebook group. It's all the MiCallef ambassadors. You can sign up for that ambassador program, then you can go and you can join the MiCallef ambassadors Facebook group.
That's cool. Have you guys ever wished that you had held on to all of the cigar rings of everything you'd ever smoked?
I have boxes.
I
full.
do. I have jars and boxes full of bands.
But not.
But
Okay, so
there is some I stopped doing it. And there's some cigars that like were limited editions that I just threw away.
So you know, like my parents have one of those big maps on their wall of the world with pins and all the countries they
Yeah.
visited and stuff. And sometimes I've thought, you know, I wish I kept all of my rings. And I put them like how much I liked them,
Yeah.
right? Like this, yeah.
No, that's cool.
It's not too late to start, but I don't
it's
have
really,
to yet.
But it's really cool because I've known guys that they take the bands off their cigars, they make tabletops.
I
They
know.
put them like on tumblers. Like you can do so many things.
I think it would terrify me to see all those rings for every cigar I'd ever smoked.
I'm
And then I
like the
do the
most
math.
crafty person, but my wife wants me to keep them. But I finally just had so many that.
I've got more
If
like
you want to do a project, there's plenty.
well,
Yeah,
I do the
And I'll
same.
keep smoking
I
so
don't-
I can make more.
I sound
I do
like
the
I want
same-
a project and I don't. So no.
I do the same with cigar boxes though.
Yeah, I do that.
I've got a lot of boxes I collected over the years. I've got
I started getting rid of cigar boxes.
I've got a tote full like in my storage room. Like
I use them for I use them to put gifts in when I give. People always love getting a box. They
I
think
had a
it's so
friend used to
cool.
make
Yeah.
guitars.
Yeah,
I've got my old Tatawai box that has my pipe stuff in there.
Because we're at 45. It went fast.
Always does.
I love this cigar. This is an awesome cigar.
I'm glad you guys like it. Yeah, what do you think?
And look at, I mean, we've been going 45 minutes and it's still
burning strong.
Still got another 15 at least.
It's not a staple for me, but I do want to try it with like a latte, creamy latte in the morning.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be the right pairing for it.
I agree.
And I want to try it with like a wine.
There's the other one. So outside of that MiCallef A, which I was mentioning too, which is they're really good Maduro. They have another one called the MiCallef Torcedores, which is of Churchill, Connecticut, and it's through the roof. The best part is the MiCallef A is only $7.15 a stick. The MiCallef Utah prices. The MiCallef Torcedores is only $7.85, and it is their top two most popular blends.
Cool.
So I would highly recommend next time you guys get a chance, come down. Come find me.
I'll have to look at that. I'm definitely one of the people that leans more towards like cigars that make my mouth water instead of a little bit dry.
Me too. Me too.
And I know a lot of people like that drier kind of feel. They don't like it to be too watery.
I'm a fan of both. Like it's as long as the cigar is good, that's what's important.
Yeah, and speaking of good cigars, I think it's my turn to pick our cigar next week or in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I don't know, but I think I want to have you guys smoke one of the new one of the new Oscars.
Okay.
That I know you smoked.
Is it just like the Oscar Leaf or is it
No, it's
the McFly.
McFly.
Oh my god!
I haven't had any of his.
Dude,
we're gonna smoke the McFly.
I love the Leaf. I love when he like came out like his original.
Yeah.
The Leaf's one of my go-tos.
Those were great.
And I still love them, but this is and it's not just the Superfly. There's
you talk about the McFly and the natural route.
Yep.
That one is so amazing.
Thing there.
That one is
the what?
Is it like a fishing thing?
Oh, is it? Is that what it is?
No, that one's called the Wild Hunter.
It's kind of a hunter, fisherman,
Outdoorsy.
kind of outdoorsy theme, I guess. Yeah.
That McFly and that natural route. Oh my gosh!
Right.
I've always liked Chinese cigars, so
Yeah, I want to smoke one of the new Oscars. They're coming out with some stuff that I think is kind of fun.
So we'll do your pick in the next episode. Neil, what are you thinking for your pick? Because your pick will be coming up soon.
Wine, wood tip, black mild. Yeah.
Really?
What?
No.
What? I mean, I didn't
What?
know.
No.
I just wanted to see you guys' reaction.
Did you see my jaw hit the floor?
It took me a minute to realize you were joking.
There's a couple in my head. I want to maybe discuss with you. I want to see which one you guys haven't smoked.
Okay.
There's some black trading labels there.
Very nice.
Smoking a lot.
Cool.
101s.
Don't get me started on 101 because I've smoked just about everything they have.
Yeah, see, the problem is that you probably smoked everything I would pick. But
I'm always open to smoking.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
There's some Aganorsa leaves that I know we've all smoked, but I would love to smoke on camera.
Awesome.
So
I would love that because I would love to support Matt Booth because he's a goofy
yeah,
bastard.
he makes cannabis cigars too. So
Well, our stream didn't go great quality wise, but we'll post this weekend after some edits on YouTube, and next time we can try to get a better Wi-Fi connection. So,
All right, guys. Well,
good to see you both.
we appreciate you guys hanging out. Those that tuned in. We have a Facebook page, Ashes Among Us. We'll be posting updates on there. We're still on Instagram, Ashes Among Us, same
is
name.
it underscore?
Yes, Ashes underscore. Yes, thank you for telling me. It's Ashes underscore among underscore
Us.
us. So definitely check us out on Instagram, and also again, you can find us the same name on YouTube. Click on the little bell that looks inside the video right underneath it. Hit subscribe. Check for updates. Thanks for tuning in. We love you. Smoke good. Stay classy. and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Peace out.
Bye.